Thank you for joining me. I am Albina Zhdanova, Chief Operational Officer at Tools for Brokers. I've been in the fintech industry for over 7 years, and I've been responsible for company expansion in APAC and Europe. I've set up offices in China and Cyprus, and when both of them became self-sufficient, I moved to London to repeat the success. This journey has given me a deep understanding of how different brokers work, the business models they choose, the obstacles they might face, their possible issues, and how best we can assist them by offering our new technology to help forge their success in an ever-competitive market. Tools for Brokers is a technology provider that offers full-cycle support and partnership for brokers. At TFB, we're helping brokers to automate their daily routine, offer enhanced client solutions, analyze data, and control the execution. Over the past 10 years, we've learned a great deal from our clients. We've developed over 100 plugins, and in addition to this, we can customize this to suit your specific business needs, which many of our current clients have found to be the best solution. Our number one priority is to listen to the needs of our brokers and work with them to upgrade their software as markets evolve.
We often hear the term risk management. It usually sounds like, send me your risk management offer. What do you have for risk management? Or please send us your risk management tool. But what does this actually mean? I've found when two different people ask individually about risk management, they might be asking two completely different things. So let's define what risk management actually is. Risk management is the process of identifying possible risks, problems, or disasters before they happen. This allows business owners to set up procedures to avoid the risk, minimize its impact, or at the very least help cope with its impact. So, risk management is a process, often broken down into steps, and generally these can run from anything between 3 and 7 steps tailored to types of businesses or different aspects of business. For our purposes today, we are settling on a 5-step process. So, this is our plan. Step 1. Know your enemy, and that is, identify your risk. Step 2. Consider the potential outcome of the most unfortunate events. Assess the risk. Step 3. Once you've defined what might happen and the possible damage, think of what can be done to prevent it and have an action plan in place. Manage the risk. Step 4. It might sound obvious, but it's worth mentioning. Using a real-time monitor of indicators. Set notifications about all identified risk events as they evolve. Monitor the risk. And lastly, step 5. The system you are using needs to be updated regularly, improved, upgraded where and when needed, with new preventative measures being implemented when necessary. Upgrade.
You probably already have some thoughts and ideas going on in your mind whilst I'm talking, structures you might already have in place, and possible additions you might be looking to add. And we know there is always a room for improvement. So let's go through each of the stages together and see how we can apply this for a regular FX broker.
Identify the risk. This is the most important part that defines the overall success of your risk management strategy. Identifying the risks, thinking of any possible negative events that could happen. This will mean that you are likely to be more prepared and efficient when you have to deal with them. Our recommendation is, if you haven't already covered this, that you arrange a meeting with all your managers and do a SWOT analysis together. This will give you an opportunity to discuss, brainstorm, and compile a list of potential issues. To run this meeting productively, it's a good idea to have a clear framework in mind and few ideas of your own that are likely to come up in the conversation. There are several types of risks that we would recommend for you to consider. For strategic, it could be making adverse decisions about clients, issues around competitive strategy, or the likelihood of damage to the brand name. Looking at operational, this is likely to include quality issues, human resources, human errors, business processes being less than transparent, or maybe the combination of many small issues which over the time might trigger a greater problem. Economic, including all external global events, such as political instability, economic volatility, unstable exchange rates, and other unforeseen events such as the current global pandemic. Technological, cybersecurity threats, server crashes, disconnects, outdated technology, or failing technology. Regulatory, labor laws, finance laws, local regulations, especially those that change rapidly and require a sophisticated reporting system. And financial, credit, leverage risk, market volatility, interest rates. To assess the risk means to decide who might be harmed and how, the possible chain of events and potential affected parties. You also need to measure the priorities and how high the risk is, with the most dangerous being taken care of first. Once risks have been identified and assessed, all techniques to manage them fall into one or more of these four major categories. Avoidance. Eliminate, withdraw from, and reduce involvement. Ask yourself the question, how can I prevent this problem from happening? Audit your server on a regular basis. Check that no components use too much memory, if we talk about software. Scale it to suit the business processes. There should be no need to use up more resources than are necessary. Reduction. Optimize and mitigate. Some events will still happen, no matter how much you think you've been protected. For these cases, have a list of actions available for everyone at easy reach. What to do, in what order, whom to notify. Sharing, transfer, outsource, or insure. You can have all sorts of outsourced teams that protect your business from risk, lawyers, IT companies, security companies, those who are all experts in their own field. And we also have a package offer that includes risk mitigation that you might also want to include. When the alarm goes off, our support team get notified and adhere to a strict set of actions to help resolve issues. Retention. Accept and budget. Mistakes, cost. From both a financial and human resources perspective, you are likely to need extra hours of work or to cover additional expenses. It's highly recommended that your organization establishes a process to monitor and review your risk management strategy. This is vital because risk is not static. Your risk management strategy should be a flexible document that is regularly updated to take account of changes in your organization. New risks will emerge and existing risks will disappear. Risks that you have already acknowledged may become more or less frequent, severe, or relevant to your organization. Set the frequency of your team meetings and ask yourself the following questions.
Whilst the first two steps, identifying the risks and assessing them, I have to hand over to you to decide. Where we can help at Tools for Brokers is in managing the risks, and we do that in a much wider aspect than you can expect.
Making potentially detrimental decisions about clients, your competitive strategy, and ultimately damaging the brand name might be some of the most costly mistakes that you can make. Basically, poor strategy. Underestimating your competitors, missing the clients and market trends, and of course, bad reviews. So, what do we do? Always have a space where clients can give you feedback. That's the best real-time indicator. Have an eye on the offers from your competitors, but also include some yourself. And when you try new offers, do an A/B testing. If you have over 500 active accounts, it's time to include a business intelligence system that tracks traders' behavior and will offer a more comprehensive profile of each of your clients. Operational, product quality issues, human resources, human error, unclear processes, these are all internal flaws that can cause big mistakes. So, how should we manage this? Well, each task, zone, and process needs to be managed by one responsible person. And each process needs to be notated, together with an action plan to cover all eventualities. Automate what you can. This will eradicate the need to overload your team with hours of manual work, which is likely to incur further human error. For example, operations like manual swap updates, symbols creation, and many other monotonous tasks. Technological risk. Security threat, stability, server crashes, disconnects, outdated technology, or unstable technology. These risks we handle with a monitoring system that checks that all the connections are switched on and software licenses are active. A software audit for enough free space, eradication of memory leaks, and junk folders on the server. Security of DDoS attacks and any other possible hacks. Set data centers, keep your password strong, and use two-factor authentication. Regulatory. Finance laws, local regulations, especially in the countries where they can change rapidly and require a sophisticated reporting system. How to manage? Use the reliable execution software. This will help you to stay in line with the regulatory requirements, best offer for client, and fastest execution. Ensure you have backup servers, backup connections, and secure connection that save all the requests and delivers them safely. Use software to automate periodic reports for regulators. Make it simple. Automatically send to your email at the specified day with the correct data. Financial risk includes everything about finance. How to manage? First of all, use leverage wisely. It increases the buying capability, but also increases the risk. Use an automatic system that lowers the leverage when the total position is growing. Calculate stop out correctly, especially while using credit. Trading platforms allow you to include or exclude hedged positions and exclude credit field to protect you and your client from excessive losses when the trading strategy was wrong. And limit the total position on one symbol if the margin for it is too high and the spreads are high as well. Use it as the default setting and increase it by request after ensuring your client understands the risk.
As you can see, the term risk management describing the complex multi-step process, and risk can be different. So when we receive your request for risk management, we will send you a few clarifying questions to tailor the offer precisely for your needs.
I always say to clients, if you have a logical chain of repeating events, you can optimize that process. At Tools for Brokers, we have our own in-house development to automate our daily workflow to improve efficiency. And of course, we have many small tools and plugins that replace monotonous manual work for our clients. These include updating the swaps, archiving the history for inactive accounts that cleans the server and make it faster, Quotes Watcher to limit the trades when for any reason prices do not update, stop out an enhanced formula to calculate the stop out rate, credit management to take extra care after traders make use of credit options, leverage management to automatically change the leverage based on the client's personal exposure, All of these tools are designed to protect you from financial and operational risks. We have a set of plugins to comply with regulations. The panel that calculates the cost even before the trader opens an order, which is required by the German regulator BaFin. A plugin that automatically sets a stop-loss level for the French regulator IMF, and daily statements for both Japanese and Italian regulators, together with end-of-the-day reports that some clients send to regulators but also use for themselves. Continuous monitoring is an essential part of the process. We have developed a method for our own servers, giving them the ability to pay special attention to adverse events that are difficult to catch, such as the server going into freeze frame when the server looks like it's alive, but in fact it's not. Developed specially for MT4 and MT5 users, monitoring system monitors both trading platform and Windows servers. For the trading platform, it catches MetaTrader server status, network availability, connections, freezing states, and so on. For the Windows server, controlling the status of Windows, that is free space, memory leaks, data consumptions, and all crucial indicators. It's designed to catch errors, spot crucial mistakes, and monitor general server problems in order to notify the IT team in real time. Business intelligence is a result of our accumulated experience designed to give you a competitive edge. We offer real-time monitoring of trading flow to analyze real-time fluctuations, allowing you to respond quickly and efficiently. It shows the trends for all time, giving you an overview of the latest activity, but more importantly, it lets you create your behavior patterns and use it across departments. Do you want to know when a client has suddenly increased his deposit or opens big volumes? For ease of use, on top of preset functions, we give flexible filtration rules where you can set your own behavior pattern for when you want to be notified. Our business intelligence system will help you to build your strategy and follow its results, providing a comprehensive profile of each of your clients. It's time to talk about the heart of the brokerage company, order execution. Trade processor is responsible in delivering and executing each trading request. Of course, you want it to be first, stable, second, fast, third, the best. It needs to be transparent to you and the regulators, and it should have a reporting system, proof of delivery and execution, full trading history, and real-time exposure. All this is available and within easy reach. Trade Processor gives you an opportunity to create your own pools and aggregate them in 6 different ways, immediately protecting you from financial and exposure risks. You can also safely plug in an external fixed API connection as a margin engine in built-in Trade Processor, allowing you to create accounts right in the system, set the leverage and margin information. Trade Processor protects you from a wide set of risks. We have functions to schedule execution rules, consolidate the trades, count the net position per platform and per liquidity, and flexible filtration rules and many other functions. These serve to protect you from financial, operational, regulatory, and other technical risks. As this product is more complex, it requires its own additional half-hour presentation. Because we know how hard it can be at times to assess and prioritize different potential risks, our support team also offers fixed consult services. This can include an audit of your servers, future recommendations, and an educational program for your team.
Thank you for staying with me up to this point. I hope we've managed to offer you new and useful advice today, and it's been time well spent. I will really appreciate your thoughts on this video by contacting me in LinkedIn, or if you need help with your risk management strategy, Send your request to the email address sales@t4b.com for a personal consultation.